The harsh truth about generalizations.
Yeah, generalizations.
I used to generalize a lot, but now I'm more wary of it.
Do you think it's the same as stereotyping?
Could be related.
Could be related. We're going to be talking about this
In-
and more
In Get Real with the
English Sisters. If you like this podcast, you enjoy it, please share with your family and friends and help us grow. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Generalizations. I remember when I first kind of learned about it in NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I knew about them.
Yeah, you know about them, but you don't really know the word, do you?
No,
You
it's not in your awareness.
No,
You're not like aware of it, are you?
You're not aware of it, but everybody does it, you know, especially in the past. They used to do it a lot more.
Yeah, now
you know,
people are more
with
careful
stereotyping
now.
and generalizing cultures and etc. Especially, we were immigrant children, and so we were probably being stereotyped and generalized without even realizing it because we were children. But I do remember our mum was definitely, you know, they would say, "Oh, you're Spanish. That means you're happy."
Spanish lady.
That mean it was good. There was good stuff, but you know, they were certainly generalizing.
They did used to take the mickey of it though, didn't they?
Yeah, take the mickey. They would take fun. They would make fun of her. Yeah, especially of her accent. And yeah, that, I mean, like nowadays,
That would be completely politically incorrect.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then it was kind of accepted as part of the culture.
Everybody would do it. I mean, we're talking to everybody. There was none.
I mean, things have got a lot
talking
better.
about the 70s.
I think things have got a lot better that way
have,
because
yeah.
people are more discreet now.
Well, they're more, yeah.
They're more educated, aren't they?
Well, yeah, and there's rights to protect
Yes,
people against this kind of,
But
you know,
the people that were doing it, they didn't really realise they were doing anything wrong.
No, of course
Because a lot of them would love Spain as well, wouldn't they? Go there on their holidays.
Oh, you're Spanish, you're, you know, oh, I love Spain and blah, 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 you know. And there was a whole story connected. And in a way, I mean, generalising and generalisation is what's helped us move on in society, isn't it? It's what's helped us understand certain things.
Well, I remember I was shocked because in neuro-linguistic programming again, they were saying when you learn what a door is,
Yes, exactly.
you know what every single door looks like.
Exactly.
That's how we learn. We don't have to go and see every single model of a door and know what it is.
And know how to use it, how to open it.
What is it? Oh, it's a door here. You know, how do I use it? What is it? it's you already know what it is. You've seen one door.
Generalisation as well. Yes.
So you know what all doors look like. So it helps you learn.
It helps you learn. You've seen one car, you understand that cars move, cars are like that, and cars... But it can only be perhaps what we're talking about more about here is when you generalise cultures.
Yeah, but I was thinking more of like in relationships, like when you say, oh, when you like with your partner, oh, you always do that. It gets on my nerves. Or you never do that.
Yeah.
I wish you do it, but every time you never put the dishes away. You never do this.
Yeah.
You never, or you always do it. And it's not true that they never do it.
No.
And it's not true that they always do
No.
it. It's sometimes they don't do it and sometimes they do it.
Yeah.
But that's very harmful, I think, in relationships.
Yeah, that's very harmful. That's yeah. That's deleterial. I mean, that's
Deleterious.
Well, what does that mean? It's like
I don't know what word you're using there.
I'm using a word that means it's... I know where it comes from, the Italian. Deleterio, which means, obviously, it means it's damaging.
Destructive.
It's destructive. Yes, there it is, yeah. That's very destructive, I would say, for a couple. To use word and language like that, yeah. I mean,
You never help.
I don't use that kind of language because I know about it now. You're right, but... Maybe unconsciously I might think it, but I don't actually say it, you know, so at least what is that bad as well? It is bad, isn't it, if you think it?
But at least you're not saying
I
it.
might think, gosh, he never puts his shoes away or whatever, never puts it. But to be
never.
frank, he hard. I mean, how often does?
Yeah, but it's never. Is it? Let's analyze this one thing. He
Yes,
never
it
puts
is.
his shoes away. Is that true?
Yes.
Never ever.
Well, maybe no. A couple of years ago, I think I saw he put them in the shoe cupboard. But
What, once in 2 years?
yeah, I've never seen him put his shoes away. And I always say, the house is, once, do you remember,
Well,
I
that's
didn't
not
put
a generalization then.
No.
Because it's a truism.
That's a fact. It's a fact. It's a
It's
fact.
a truth.
Yeah. In the end, I say, if I don't collect the shoes, the house will be a shoe house. It'll be filled with shoes all over the place. So yes, that's a fact. Yeah,
That's
right.
a fact. That's different. But I think when it's harmful is if you because that's when it gets on the other person's nerves.
Yeah.
Because then if you never do this, you never do that, or you
Yeah,
always
I
do
hate
this, you
it.
always
Yeah,
do that.
I hate that
And then
kind
you
of,
just think, well, what's the point of ever doing it anyway? She always or he
Yes.
always thinks I never do it anyway. I might as
Yeah.
well not bother doing
I
it.
might as well not bother.
It's
yeah.
destructive. Or
It's
to use it with
destructive,
with your children as well. If you use that kind of language.
Yeah, that's to become aware of
Yeah.
that kind of
Because I think it sinks in the end. I think that's the harsh truth is that it's damaging.
It's damaging. Like imagine if you've got a kid and you say, oh. Well, how would you say it? Like you never do your homework on time.
You never do your homework on time, or you never do your homework. I'm always having to tell you to do your homework. You never do your homework. You never do it. And
You
in
never
the end,
finish this.
Yeah, in the end, it's really destructive. It's not. I mean, I'm using your word now.
Yeah,
It's got into my brain, but it's damaging.
Yeah, because it kind of
It's heavy going,
It's
isn't
heavy,
it?
and it becomes almost like a command in the other person's brain.
yes,
You
it
never
does.
do it.
Yes.
And so thus, in the end, it's
There's
like
no point doing it.
there's
Then.
no point because I never do it, and you're kind of like brainwashed into that. Yeah, and is that what the kind of generalization you were thinking about when you thought about the idea?
Well, when I was thinking about the harsh truth about it, I think it's very dangerous. And in relationships, above all, whether it's with your children, it can be very harming. Even with your grown-up children, if you're listening, you have grown-up children and you're using it. I remember there was a time when Mum wasn't well.
Yeah.
I mean, poor thing, she wasn't
Poor
well.
thing,
We knew
yeah.
she wasn't well, but even she seemed to
She
be
had
okay.
like a mini stroke, didn't
Yeah, but
she?
even before the stroke, you
Yeah.
never come to see me. You never come to see me, and
God,
we
it
were
was
always
awful.
there,
Yeah.
always, every day practically. I mean, it was exaggerated. You
Yeah,
never spend
yeah.
enough time with me, and in the end, that became really
Just wanted you to.
It didn't want me to go
No,
and see her
no.
because I would be so tired, and I would just think when I come, it's just you never come.
Yeah, you never come. Yeah.
Or it's a criticism. You always go away so quickly. You don't spend enough time with me and all this. And in the end, it's not helpful really.
No. So, do you think that just by becoming aware of it in the language, the
Definitely.
words that we're using?
Because words
Yeah.
are so powerful.
Yeah, I think if you just become aware of it, just become aware of the next time you generalize, whatever it is, I think, yeah. Even like sometimes when you think it's for the good. Like one of my kids, he used to be a real, hearty eater. And whenever we would go to my mother-in-law's house, she would give him massive plates of pasta. I mean, it was exaggerated. I know, the traditional Italian nonna and all that stuff. But I mean, he was literally like 8. And she would say, come on, you can do it. You always eat so
You're always so
well.
hungry.
Yes, you're always so hungry. And I remember once he was like looking at me saying, Mom, I don't think I can finish this. But that was like, so in that case, that was also generalization because they'd seen he was a hearty eater and he had a good appetite. And so they made a conclusion that was, am I getting it wrong?
No,
You seem really confused.
no.
Yeah.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true because you wait. Well, it's you. They were generalizing that he always ate a lot.
Yeah.
But instead of just not making a big deal about it, they were making a
Exactly.
big deal about it every time and really enjoying the fact.
They were really enjoying
because
it.
for them it was a big honor.
Satisfaction.
Yeah, it
that
was
he,
satisfactory.
this
that
small
they-
kid could manage to eat all the big
but
plate of
really,
pasta. It wasn't good. It wasn't healthy.
a good idea.
No.
It's
No.
not healthy.
No, in the
And
end.
then it was like all his, I remember at school as well, all his friends as everything was say, oh, Louis mangione,
manja.
He's an eater, he's a big eater, he's got a hearty appetite.
Exactly. So it was a bit, in the end, this
This
generalization.
thing, it kind of made your son want to be, made him like almost
to eat.
hypnotized
Yeah.
into eating more to
Definitely.
live up to the reputation.
Exactly.
And also to get the attention because he was just a little boy.
He got
So
attention
a lot of
from it.
attention from it.
The family was all happy.
They were all happy, and there was a
big
big
laughing,
laughs.
yeah. And I used to think, God, please don't do that, because in the end, you're like, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're like encouraging him to overeat, and even when he is not hungry anymore, which he had a perfectly natural, he would know when he wanted to eat, and when he didn't, when he was fed up, that was it. So, but you do, yes.
I'm also thinking about, now I'm thinking about for people that maybe are struggling to lose weight and they, because it's not healthy for them or whatever, and they're overweight.
Yeah.
And they're thinking, but they're generalizing that I can never lose weight. That's a generalization, saying I can never lose weight.
Yeah.
I'm not the type that loses weight, or nobody in my family loses weight.
Oh, God, yeah.
They're all overweight. My whole family's overweight.
Overweight.
I'm going to be the same kind of thing. So that's the harsh truth there, is that if you believe that, you're probably going to make it into a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because
that's what I was
your
thinking.
unconscious mind, it'll be in there and it'll make you think, yes, I am like that. I always want to eat more. I don't know how to control my eating. I don't know how to eat healthily. And you generalize it all into all these things.
I know, it's awful, really. I mean, they're very harmful. What about people when they see an elderly person? You instantly generalize, in your minds that they may be weak, they may be a bit ditzy. You start talking to them.
You mean there's like a prejudice against them?
Yeah, there's a
An
generalization.
unconscious bias.
Well, yeah. Yeah, they think, oh, there's an
Ageism.
elderly. Yeah, you think, oh, they might not be quite so smart, with quite so quick thinking, where they may well be even better than you.
Geniuses. They
Yeah.
might have had years and years of experience.
That's what I mean.
That reminds me of the film The Intern. When what's it? It's not. Is it Dustin Hoffman or Robert
I
De
think
Niro?
so. I think so. I
Can't remember which one it is now. One of them.
Don't
anyway.
generalise. Just because we can't remember.
Somebody. No, I remember because he's very experienced.
Exactly.
And he goes. I think it's Robert De Niro. Yeah, he goes back into the workplace as an intern.
And they
Do you
think
remember
he's really
it?
old.
And they think, well,
I think I'm going to watch that again.
that's really funny.
That's funny, yeah.
And in the end, he has
all the
and the
generalizations.
the CEO of the company, she's really stressed and anxious and everything, and he really helps her in the
There
end.
you go.
And in the end, all the other interns, they will want to like model him.
And
they want
learn
to copy
from
and
him.
learn from his experience, because he'd actually had the
training
factory, and he'd had that factory from, it used to be his office or something where she
I
was
can't
based
remember the
now.
details, but I know about.
It was really cute.
I know
film.
what you're talking about. Yeah, the generalization behind it. That sort of brings it into the public awareness when they make films like that, doesn't it? It's helpful for all of
I
us.
think so. Yeah, it makes you realise.
Kind of discrimination there is against the elderly. I mean, elderly, yeah.
There is.
There is, isn't
But people
there?
are living more and more. So
That's what I mean. So now elderly is going to get. Well, when is elderly?
whenever you make it, I suppose.
Whenever.
Whenever you feel as if you're getting.
Whenever you feel as if you say it's
I think
elderly.
when you stop learning, that's why we're always in for this lifelong learning thing.
I think so, yeah.
When you stop being interested and stop learning, that's when you get old.
Because you're not interested in it anymore. So what's there? There is nothing that interests you.
So
So
saturated.
You're saturated. You're full. So then you say, oh, it's time to leave this planet, when you're kind of like, there's nothing else that you want to enjoy, and want to learn.
I suppose.
Maybe you just
When you
enjoy
get
being in the
depressed.
basic, simple life, and
Yeah, but that's enjoyment, isn't
that's
it?
enjoyment. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I suppose you're
Obviously,
right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
if you're
it's not
enjoying
just
being
that. Obviously,
happy.
people have ailments and illnesses, and they die
Oh,
from other
yeah,
causes. But we're
obviously.
not talking about that. But if you're, if you, this is just a generalization. We're generalizing now
Probably are. That's what I mean. Everything you say and do is generally
because that's
a
how,
generalization, because that's how we learn and that's how we live. The only thing, I think, generalization in the end we can say is a good thing, like what you said about the
yeah.
door. But overgeneralization, when it becomes
When it's accusatory, I think.
accusatory, like what you said about the relationships in the couple, when you do with your children or whatever, that's not helpful, is it? No, when it becomes not helpful to you. If it's helpful, then it's good,
Yeah.
I guess, because you generalize. You
Yeah.
say,
If it's a
okay,
helpful generalization.
when I getting on a plane, my ears might pop. That's that generalization.
The other day on TikTok,
I don't know.
on TikTok, I was posting something and I saw that this lady had said that on the metro her husband's gold chain had been stolen by this man that just came up to her and tapped him on the shoulder, and then at the same
Gosh.
time he took the chain.
God.
And in the comments everyone was saying, don't tell this story because the people are going to generalise that the Paris is full of pickpockets and I've been there for so many years and nothing's ever happened.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
that was it. And because
One
I suppose
story
one
can-
story, I think that's
where it's not helpful, is it?
Or
Because
no,
one story can be harmful.
and it can actually become very traumatic and even cause a phobia of generalisation.
Yeah.
Like we've had many clients that have
Yes,
had one
yes.
dog
One
bite
bad episode has happened
from
to
a
them.
dog,
Yeah.
and then they generalise that all dogs are bad, and then that overgeneralisation becomes a trauma in their mind,
and
which
becomes
then
an anxiety.
becomes a phobia.
Yeah, and a phobia, yeah. So life becomes a lot harder to live
Much
with that
harder.
kind of anxiety.
Or if you have like spiders, if you have a spider phobia,
Yeah.
and you see one spider might be poisonous.
then you're like looking
Yeah,
around.
or
for-
you don't
God, I
want
don't
to
like
go
spiders.
to say if you don't want to go to a country because there's poisonous spiders there.
Yeah.
You might generalize. I don't
You
want to
said-
go to that country.
I don't want to go
so
to that country.
So it's limiting, is what
It's
I'm trying
limiting,
to say.
definitely limiting you.
It can limit your life
So much.
because
yeah.
you could go to the country and there's no spiders there
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah, well, probably not. Yeah.
And many people
They
live
might-
there for years without the spiders.
And spider bites and snake bites, they all live there, don't
Yeah.
they? So there must be, maybe they do get bitten once or twice, but not them. There's a lot other people, but
You're generalizing.
generalising. But no, I mean the stories
The stories
have been generalised
they come as a warning.
for the tribe. So we're a whole tribe, us humans, all of us, and we learn from each other. We communicate stories, we communicate good stuff we like about people, like Spanish people are happy or whatever, and stuff that we don't like about people, like you say, oh, the nations of people, oh, I don't like them, they're snobby, or they're, I don't know, they drink too much, there's so many, I don't even want to say which kind of cultures, yeah. But that's typical, isn't it? It's typical. It's a stereotype.
Is it to protect ourselves?
No, I'm thinking of what Mum used to tell us, about Italians.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why we never came to Italy.
Well, I came to
Because
Italy.
she had a bad experience with her sister.
She had a bad experience with her sister, and there was...
Her sister said they were all womanizers.
They were Romeos, and goodness me, yes, these Latin lovers, and you had to be very careful of them. And, but hey, in the end I married one, so...
Maybe they weren't too far off then. Well, what do you think? Do you tend to generalise? I think you do, because we all do. And I think it's something to watch out for, isn't it?
It's something to watch out for if it's not helpful, and, definitely beware of it, I would say.
And it's so
Yeah.
easy to change as well, just to stop doing it.
It's just to become aware of it and say, hey, I think I might be generalizing here. Like, gosh, last night I heard one where they were talking about the new generation, like, the
yes.
20-year-olds, they lack motivation. I thought, God, that's a massive
Oh,
generalization.
that's a big generalization.
Goodness me, which 20? Who was it? Which one in the company lacked motivation? You can give me a name and a surname, and then you can analyze it, but you can't say the entire
Generation
lacks motivation.
No,
Come
I think
on.
that comes down to ignorance in the end. When it's
No, I think
so,
it's just these are generalizations
yes,
that are
but the
going round in the
generalizations that are caused by ignorance because
not
they're not
becoming
being
aware.
educated about generalizations.
Exactly, just about because this was a very educated person.
But just because you're educated, it doesn't mean that you're not ignorant on a subject.
No,
or something.
no, I understand that.
You're not you're not informed about.
Not
a subject.
informed. Yes, not informed about this, and that's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
Yeah, that's
because
dangerous
it's a prejudice, and it's not. It's a negative thing because it's not encouraging either for the new generation.
The new generation, if you already think, they lack motivation, what kind of signals are you going to set off? What kind of
You're not going to be a positive role model for them, are you?
Well, no, because you're already judging them, and based on they haven't even basically started.
Yeah.
And maybe we can't, remember what we were like as 20-year-olds. We're probably identical.
Or worse.
Or worse. And then you
because
think,
they're more savvy nowadays.
We were brilliant. No, you probably weren't. You're probably just the same as the new ones, or less savvy.
I think less. Anyway, let us know what your thoughts are on generalizations, and please do come and watch us on YouTube too, and please share this podcast with your friends and family so that we can all feel great together. Bye-bye.
Bye.